Hey, it's Rob. Welcome to Horsehead Bookends. It is Friday, so we're going to talk gaming. Let's get started. First of all, I just noticed that I have started this YouTube channel a year ago. It has been an entire year of posting videos. So the first ones were pretty terrible. That's just because I really didn't know what I was doing. The most recent ones aren't much better. Well, they're a little better. So for my YouTube anniversary, I guess, okay, I'm gonna review not just one game, but I'm gonna review two games: Cloudspire and Dune. So, if you want to see me do Cloudspire, head on to the link below and check it out. If you want to see me review Dune, just stick around because I'm gonna do it right here. Okay, so I'm gonna set up Dune for a 6-player game so I can learn how to play it, I can learn all the factions, and actually teach it to other people so they can play with me even though they might not want to. I'm not going to give them a choice because I love Dune. Hopefully I'll get a 6-player game once, but we'll see how it is. So let's go over to the table and check it out. Here you have Dune set up for a 6-player game. If you notice, I did upgrade the spice tokens to some orange scatter acrylic gems. I'm going to go around the table, explain the different factions as per the quick start guide. You have House Atreides, the Atreides led by the youthful Paul Atreides, rightful heir to the planet, gifted with valiant lieutenants. The Emperor, His Majesty Padishah Emperor Shaddam IV, keen and efficient, yet easily lulled into complacency by his own trappings of power. The Bene Gesserit Sisterhood, represented by Reverend Mother Gaius Helen Moyham, ancient and inscrutable. The Spacing Guild, represented by Steersman Edric, in league with smuggler bands, monopolist of transport, yet addicted to ever-increasing spice flows. House Harkonnen, led by the decadent Baron Vladimir Harkonnen, mastery of treachery and cruel deeds. And the Fremen, represented by planetary ecologist Leet Keynes, commanding fierce hordes of natives, adept at life and travel on the planet of Arrakis. As per the quick start guide, we are going to go through this, play a few rounds, and see what's happening. It's probably going to be pretty difficult, considering I'm trying to learn all 6 factions at once so I can teach it. But hopefully my brain won't fall out after a few rounds of play. The game of Dune is played over 10 rounds, each round consisting of 9 phases. Now, those phases are the storm phase, where you find out where the storm is going. Then there is the spice blow. You overturn the spice card and you put spice down. Then the Chom charity phase. Anyone with not a lot of spice can get 2 spice from the bank. It's a charity. The bidding phase. The revival phase, where you can get your killed troops back. Then there is the shipment and movement phase. You can ship your troops out from your reserves or move them around the board. There's the battle phase, there's the spice collection phase, and then finally there's the Mentat pause phase to see if you met the win condition. Now, the win condition is you need to control 3 strongholds on the board. So if you control them at the end of the phase, then you win the game. It's hard to do blind bidding with multiple games, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a d6, I'm going to roll it. Since the Spacing Guild was the first player, we are going to roll for the number of treachery cards, and that's what they're going to bid on. So, they're bidding 1 on 1. So if anyone pays spice to the Spice Bank for a treachery card, the Emperor gets that money. And not the... Okay, so that's really interesting. House Atreides can look at the treachery cards first, but no matter when the bidding is over, the spice doesn't go to the Spice Bank, it actually goes to the Emperor. So the Emperor is making all this money. Any cards that were bid on go on the top of the treachery deck. Okay. Pretty easy. Not too tough so far. So let's go to the next phase. I have to say the quick start guides are very good, and when looking it up for a better explanation in the rulebook, it's been pretty easy. Okay, so we're in the battle phase now, and there are two. We have the Spacing Guild, and we have the Fremen who are battling for the same area. So basically we have to do a battle plan now. You can pick how many people you want to fight with. You don't have to use them all, which is good. However, to make it a little random, we are going to randomly choose a hero. We got one. And we're going to randomly choose a treachery card. Okay, so the Fremen have their leader Jameis with 2 and another 2, so that makes 4. And they have a pistol which kills the opponent's leader before the battle is resolved. Okay, so this leader is dead. I don't know if he goes in there, but we're gonna put him in there. This was a worthless card that they played, so this is gone. I think that goes, I don't know what happens to that. We will look it up. They won the battle. It is, and they get to keep this card if they win. So they get to keep this card. If they win, they won. I assume they get to keep that guy too. Hooray for Jameis, he is the winner. And let's see what happens now. Because I actually killed a leader, I get 1 spice. Leaders who survive remain in the territory until all battles have been resolved. Okay, so they remain in the territory. Oh, so the losing team loses all of their players. Oh, and the winning player loses the number of forces that were dialed in. So even if you win, you're still losing people. So we're moving into phase 2. We're gonna see what happens. For the storm phase and subsequent turns, the last 2 people who battled need to dial in a number between 1 and 3 on the battle wheel. You take the sum, and that's what you move the storm phase. Since it's a little hard to do that, we're just gonna use the trusty old D6 and just roll it. Whoever the first player is, it doesn't move clockwise or counterclockwise. It's whoever's player token is the closest to the storm. So, it's the Bene Gesserit is now first. Alright, I see now you don't want to get into a crazy bidding war. Getting into a crazy bidding war makes the Emperor rich. Next phase, boom, spice blow. 12. And Slago South, 10, 11, 12. That is a whole lot of spice. Charity. Is anyone out of... Alright. Bene Gesserit only has one. They can get another 2 from the bank. There you go. For the charity. Alright, did that. Did the bidding a round early. My fault. Revival. So now we're on the movement phase. One thing that I'm realizing is that there are a lot of different advantages for every faction that I'm kind of missing out on, but then again, it is my first playthrough. For example, I missed out on paying for shipment. Oh, see, when other faction ship forces from Dune, they don't go into the spice bank, they go here. However, whenever you're putting new forces out, the Bene Gesserit can take one of their forces and put it straight into the polar sink, which I didn't realize before. I wish I knew that. Movement phase is done. Battle phase. I made an atomic bomb. Okay, so one thing that happens, if you play a laser gun and your opponent plays a shield, everyone dies. No one gets anything. So that's just what happened. Everyone just died. It sucked. The Fremen look like they are about to win. Alright, so let's go to collect the spice. Alright, so that was 2 rounds of the game, and there was a lot going on, and I did forget a few rules, but I'm starting to pick up on them. The game is not that hard to learn or to play, but a lot of the little things are, and I'm going to talk about that more. Let's go back to the office and let's talk about it. Okay, so there you have it. That was Dune from Gale Force 9. I only played 2 rounds because I really was getting the hang of the game, figuring out what every faction does, and just how the game flow goes. I really did like all the different asymmetric abilities that all the different faction has. It was really interesting the way how they played against each other. Now, I didn't go over the advanced rules because I really didn't look at them yet. And the other thing was you can also create alliance. When you create alliance with another faction, you can actually use special abilities with that faction. It seems like it would be a whole lot of fun to play with 6 people. I didn't find it very hard to understand the rules of how to play, the different steps you take in the phases. I did have to reference the rule book as opposed to the quick reference sheet a few times because I was a little confused the way things moved, like your force delivering your force movement. I think the hardest thing about the game is just remembering all your little abilities, like the spacing guild. Well, when people are delivering units, they're not paying the Spice Bank, they're paying you. I can't wait to get it on the table with some other people to play it. I think it will be a great game, and I think it has a lot of lasting potential, especially when you change up the factions all the time. So, super happy I picked this up. Definitely, if you're a fan of a good, I would say it's heavy. I would say, I would consider it a heavy strategy game with variable powers. Definitely check it out. It's great. I'm happy I got it. I'm happy it's in my collection, and I look forward to playing it again. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, please click on that subscribe button. You'll get notified whenever I upload new videos. Any questions or comments, please post them below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Otherwise, talk to you later.